Hey, what's up guys, how you doing today? Today video we're gonna go over the freenas 10. I just download the image, and what we're gonna do is we're going to install the freenas in a virtual machine. We're gonna create a RAID set, and we're just gonna go over all the functionalities and the features that they are included in the new version of freenas. This is no production release, it's only a beta version. Is in fact is the beta 2 that it has been released on the website. You can just go there and download it for free and start playing with the new version. It's just totally a different look and feel, and the way FreeNAS is moving into the 64 virtual machines and containers, for basically virtualization. It's one of the main features in the new version of FreeNAS 10. So let's start with the video. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just gonna open my VMware, and I'm just gonna go there and create a new virtual machine. So just gonna go next, next. I'm just gonna select other, and it's gonna go for FreeBSD 64. Next, gonna change the name to FreeNAS 10, and next. So in order to install FreeNAS, what you have to do is to create a virtual hard drive no bigger than I don't know, 32 gigs. I think it's enough. If you get a USB, if you're gonna do this in a real server, basically what you have to do is just get a USB like 8 gigs or 16 gigs. That's enough only for the OS, and basically all the information is gonna be stored in the hard drives, which is the biggest part of the installation. All the hard drives, it will create a software RAID, and all your information, your music, your movies, your virtual machines, everything is gonna be on the hard drives. But this small hard drive that I'm creating right now is only for the OS. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just gonna create a 8 gigs. I don't know, I have to specify the GV. I'm just gonna hit next, and just let's, oh, why we're seeing this grayed off. Okay, anyway, I hope you guys can see all this information right here. I don't know why my theme on Linux is just grading off all this information. But anyway, so basically what I'm going to do is just gonna give maybe 2 gigs of RAM. Why I can't? Oh, maybe like this. Oh, it's not changed. What? Oh, okay. So I think it will change. Processors, I'm just gonna give two cores, one processor, 2 cores. The CD, is gonna browse for the image that I just download from FreeNAS. Yeah, so it's gonna open that one. It's gonna go for NAT. I'm gonna change this from it says NAT right here in the first option. The second option says host only, and the last one it says custom. So what we're gonna do is take the first one, which is bridge mode. So I will get an IP from my DHCP server, my local DHCP server. I'm gonna disable sound. I'm just gonna disable the USBs, display, and just gonna leave it like the way it is. You can see that it changed to 2 gigs, and I guess that's it for now. I'm just gonna close this thing and finish and close. So as you can see now, I only have the hard drive I'm actually planning to install the OS. So I just going to click here, go to settings, and click in add, and says that I'm going to add another hard drive. Next, SCSI this, and I'm just gonna leave it like 20 gigs. It doesn't really matter, it's just for testing purposes. Next, SCSI lab 20 gigs, finish, and then one more. Next, SCSI, and then done. So I have 3 more hard drives, 20 gigs. You obviously, in that real situation, you're just gonna put hard drives like 3 terabytes, 4 terabytes each. So if you wanna really create a huge storage, and you're just gonna put all your information on databases, whatever. So I'm just gonna leave like that. This is our test environment. I'm gonna save it, and it's gonna go and run the virtual machine. So it boots into the freenas installer. I'm just gonna press enter, and it's gonna get me all the way through the installation. So here, press enter, and the option 1, it says that you have less than the recommended amount of memory. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, so let's cancel this installation. Just gonna go here. What is it? Power off. Done. It's okay, just power up from this menu, because we haven't installed any operating system, so it's nothing to break on. So I'm just gonna go and click here and increase the memory to, I don't know what I can drag and drop this thing, but it will be around 4,000. Let's see, 5 shit, something like that. Or maybe I can do the calculation properly. This is gonna be okay, maybe we can actually add one more. So, oh no. So wait, so Wi-Fi. Let's put this. Oh. Okay, like I just give in a little bit more than 4 gigs, so the installation won't complain. I don't think it will complain if you just throw 4 gigs, but just in case. Alright, so there you go. So now I hit the installer. And option 1. Alright, so we have the 3 hard drives that we are planning to create the RAID software, the software RAID, sorry, and we are selecting now only the disk in which we are going to install the OS, in this case freenas 10. So only that one, okay, which is the 8 gigs hard drive, and proceed with the installation. Just gonna give a easy password so we can actually remember that, because this is gonna be our password for the root, like administrator credentials. And I'm just gonna go for the legacy BIOS. It's good to know that the freenas support the UEFI BIOS, but we're just gonna go for the legacy. So as you can see from here, there's nothing to do with this. We're just gonna pause the video and come back when all the 5 stages of the installation completes. So I'll come back. Alright, so since the installation completes, basically it was like not even 5 minutes. I don't know if because the installation is no that big, so I guess the whole installation not even is not even a gig or gig and a half, something like that. Anyway, so click, and what we're gonna do is you can actually go and click in the second option, get into the shell, do some kind of I don't know, tuning if you know what are you doing. But basically after the installation, the only you have to do is just shut down the system, and we are going to detach the what I want to say. We're going to detach the CD-ROM. Alright, so I'm gonna click here and just go here, go to settings, and detach the image. What I can is just take this off, I guess, and then save it. One more thing that actually happened to me when I was doing this in Spanish the other day is that after, well, let me show you. I'm just gonna boot this. Oh fuck. It works. What happened to me the other day is like the installation didn't actually boot, and I'm just gonna tell you why. Pause this stupid thing. Okay, power off. Okay, what I have to do in my previous installation is I don't know, for some reason when I create all the hard drives, one of the hard drives took the place of the first hard drive. So basically after the installation, when I try to boot the system, it just boots into one of these hard drives. But you know, and you agree with me that so far the only hard drive that has some information in it is this one, and these hard drives are empty, totally empty, because this is like I said, we are planning to put information in this, but we have to create first the RAID. Okay, so these hard drives are empty. So basically, if one of these hard drives take the position of this one, you will end with a known operating system. So I was trying to figure it out what happening. I know, like even a real server, obviously that is happening, but I didn't know how to change the order of the hard drives. So all you have to do is click in one of the hard drives and go to setting or preferences. There's no preferences. Well, here in settings, and then click in one of the hard drives, and I think this is the VMware 11. I'm not sure it's the same. Oh yeah, so yeah, you have to do is change the order according with these options. So for example, right now SCSI 00100 is basically my first hard drive, but in case something sorry, some the sorry, one of the other hard drives is taking place in the SCSI 000, the only you have to do is detach the hard drive that is using that SCSI, move your SCSI 000, and then you can use all these that are empty for the other hard drive. So that's the only thing you have to do in case that you run into that issue, because you might be try to do this at home, and if the operating system is no booting, is because of the SCSI order. So anyway, so close this one. Our system is working fine, so we don't have to do anything. Just just click, or you just leave it like the way it is. The system will boot, and now we're getting into business. Normally, well, in the previous version of freenas, after the installation boots, you will get a menu on the CLI environment. You will get a menu with all these options and say, okay, reboot your system, configure your network cards, and blah blah blah, all this menu. I don't know why we are not getting this menu. It's probably because it's the beta version. I'm not sure if it's actually the team decide to move that menu from the CLI environment. I'm not sure. Hopefully not, because that's a menu that is very helpful, especially when you have access to a browser. But well, we will see when we get the final version of this. It's very close. It's very close, because now we're getting into the beta 2, and um, it's very close the version that will be released. So another thing that I noticed is that it takes a while to boot. I'm not sure why. Probably is because of, again, because of the beta versions, but it's taking longer than the one I have in production. I have in production freenas 9.10, and I'm planning to migrate everything from that one to this new version, but we will see. I normally won't migrate my things unless you know, like after probably 6 months after the release, I will migrate everything. But the only reason is I'm a probably migrate at the the day it gets released. I'll probably migrate the next day. The only reason I'm gonna do that is because I need to run virtual machines that runs at 64 bits. So that's the only reason. Anyway, so it's giving me the option to, so like I said, there's supposed to be a menu here, so it's gonna only giving me the only access option that we have at the moment is through the web browser. So I'm just gonna go there and open my Chrome, and I'm blaming the freenas, but probably my Chrome, which is taking so much to load. Okay, so what is IP? HTTP, and it's gonna go to 192.168.1.140, and there we go. So here is our NAS. One more thing I'm gonna do, and this is only for me because I'm running here pfSense and some limitations in terms of traffic. So it's gonna load my pfSense. Okay, so here's my pfSense, and I need to go to alias, go to servers, edit this part, and then freenas. So it's gonna change the IP so we can have full traffic on this. Apply the changes, and it should be good to go. Dashboard, all good, perfect. So that's only for me. This is something that I have to do here in my local router. So no, the user is root. The password is I think I put very simple password. Okay, so we are in the system. I don't know, I just have some issues with the password. It seems like it's okay now. The system is running. It was running 17 minutes ago where I was dealing with a stupid password that I actually forgot what was the password that I just gave into the system. Anyway, I'm okay now. So we get into the system, and basically this is the whole thing you have. So you have all your options. You have here your how can I call this, alerts and tasks. So whatever you do here, you will receive all the tasks that you perform on the system, and here you will get all your alerts. So it's pretty simple. Something like you got this on the previous version, but you don't really had the task, or no, that I recall that we do have. Probably no, I'm not sure. No, I don't think you have any task history, or no, at least on the dashboard. So anyway, so we have the dashboard, and we can add something to the dashboard. So If you want to see, let's see, the CPU, just drag and drop and put the CPU. You wanna see, for example, the memory allocation. You wanna see the traffic, the network traffic. You wanna see probably the disks. What else? Probably CPU temperature, and well, I don't know, whatever. You can add all of them if you want, but this is the things, the more important things probably for me to check it out and see. At the moment that I get into my freenas, this is the graphics that actually giving you some information on how the system performing. So just click here and done in that link, and let's go over all these options because there are quite a few options right here. There is a few options that I don't know if they're gonna add them after when they get the beta 3 or the release. I'm not sure how many betas they're gonna do on this thing. Probably 3. I don't think they're gonna go to beta 4, beta 5, but based on my experience, they usually go beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3, and then release candidate, and then the final release. But we'll see. Anyway, so this is your dashboard. As I just told you, you can edit these things and add more. Just drag and drop and click here, right here on the low right corner. Done, and then you just edit your dashboard. And all the tasks that you've been performing here is gonna be keeping all the history on the taskbar. And the next thing we're gonna see is the storage. So it's important to the storage because obviously right now we only have a hard drive that is 8 gigs, and I can even storage things there because that it meant to be only for the OS. So what I'm gonna do is click here and create, and this is very important because according to how many drives you basically connect to the real system, you will see all these hard drives here. That's pretty cool. And what you're gonna do is just to name your new volume. I'm just gonna put the name tank, and I recommend you to buy Western Digital hard drives so you won't have any problems. And also I recommend you to buy the Western Digital red level because those are meant to be for NAS storage. So this is very important to find the Western Digital red level. So and here you can select the profile. I'm gonna go for virtualization. So this is gonna be optimized for virtualization, and just going to save this thing. So as you can see in the taskbar, is creating my volume. It's gonna take a while it's just creating the rate and creating sorry, I'm formatting all the hard drives. But we can just go and continue with the information. Here you have your users. If you're gonna create some users, give permissions. You're just gonna only give access to specific folders, and you know, people that want to storage folders over the network in your company, and you just create the users and share all the folders. Groups and the system. So it's good to go back to here to the system. So what I'm going to do is to where is it? Oh, I think I see a book. What is it? It's not responding. Yeah, I saw a bug here. So what was alright, so what we can do actually here, and I want to show you, is in system we can go to roots, and from root is giving me a bug because I was able to change the password before, and now it's not giving me the option. We just click here and it's just giving you the options, and then after you can just click and reset password, type the password and save it. I'm not sure why is, you see, I can't click in the other ones anymore. So what I have to do is click again and sign into. That's pretty shitty. Well, we are in the beta version anyways. So what was the stupid password? Alright, so I'm just gonna skip that thing, but I'll just let you know that this is for creating groups and users, and obviously change the credentials for the system. Move over to the network. Obviously, if you want to create a network, just click here and you can create bridges. You can create this kind of I don't know if you guys work with something in Microsoft called teaming, in which you can basically combine two network cards in order to increase the speed. So you can do this here, and yeah, it's just very similar in what the Windows Azure is giving you in terms of the look and feel. I don't know if you guys have the chance to get into Windows Azure, and it's just giving all these columns as you go to setting up things on the system, and it just roll back when you want to continue with or create another graphical thing or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty similar. And system, you have all these things to check. Obviously, you overview all the system, what is it, you know, the host name, the uptime of the system, and some information that you can just go out there and review. Preferences, you can change things like your host name, descriptions, things like that. Don't really matter here. Let me see. Oh, you can change your banner. It's similar what actually you can do on Linux or FreeBSD from the command line. So it's not really that important in this part. And the boot volume, is very important. And this is the thing. So you have here 8 gigs, okay, which is the first hard drive that in which we install the operating system. So the thing is, what happened to me in the previous one is my first installation of freenas, I picked one of my old USB pen drives, and it was like 2 gigs, I believe. So I just go ahead install the freenas 9.3 or something like that, and I just stick that on my computer, put all my hard drives, and boom, I create my NAS. So what you're gonna have after a month or 2 months, it's all these updates, and the system is gonna check periodically for all these updates, and it's gonna bugging you in the alert that, I don't know, in a release is just pending and it's waiting for you to install, which is going to correct some kind of security issues or improve some kind of performance or whatever. Okay, so basically it's good to have all these updates. Sometimes the updates actually break things that they were running before fine. So you want to keep all these updates here on the list, and it's gonna tell you basically, okay, the update you start with freenas 10, and now we're going into the freenas 10.5. So from 10.1 2 3 4, you have all these releases stock into your system. So this space is very important, because the most space you have, the most releases you can keep on your system. So if for some reason something happened in your computer, where you can roll back the installation and just keep the way it was. So when this thing is bugging you in the corner, like, hey man, you need to install the new update or whatever, and you just run the update and your system just becomes very unstable or whatever, so you can actually just go ahead and roll back this thing. So now if you have, obviously you have to clean a little bit the old installations, because it's pointless to roll back from, I don't know, freenas point 8 to point 1 again if you go the point 2, point 3, point 4, right? So yeah, just give it like 2 3 releases. Always keep it on your USB, and you will be fine. I at least this is what I'm doing now. Okay, so this is important, and also these when the updates that I just say, you could just go ahead and manually click it and check for an update, but like I said, this thing is gonna bugging you for when a release comes, and yeah, basically it's good to have all the releases. It covers a lot of things, like I said, with security and with performance. So another thing is, well, this thing is very obvious. It's location, is related to language or whatever. So yeah, feel free to change according with your language or your time zone, and etc. etc. And this thing also, you can modify some things related to the accessibility on the browser. So for me, I don't like to access my things through HTTP for obvious reasons, because obviously all the information just go through that protocol in a plain text. So basically what I do is just to change to HTTPS, and obviously you have to create a self-signed certificate and configure that one, but this is a topic for a different video, because it's you have to do a few steps, but basically it's very simple. And also you can keep both, right? So either you go through port 80 or port 443, it's up to you. And yeah, you can change the IP if you want. If you know, this IP was picked up by my from my DHCP server, but you can, and actually I recommend you to install a static IP, because otherwise, you know, if it change someone in your system or your company can find that server. So it's very important that you have in your NAS and static IP. And move on to the certificates. Yes, sometimes you need an application, one of the containers, one of the plugins you can install in your system that needs a certificate, and you probably don't want to buy a certificate, or probably you want to install a certificate. So this is the place to be. So you just go ahead and import a certificate in case you buy it, or create a self-signed certificate. Obviously, if you want to buy it, you can create the request for that. So it will create your key for you and all the necessary things that you need in order to buy that certificate. It's here. Alerts and reporting. Yeah. Also, yeah, you can create an alert in case that, I don't know, the temperature of the CPU, or it's you know, a lot of traffic and the network is just creating a bottleneck, or something like that, and you put a mail here, and whatever the alert is, it will email the person that you can actually create here a bunch of people that will receive those alerts in case that something happened with the box itself. Console, this is only for tuning the console, so you can basically change some parameters here. I'll show you the console later. Debugging, I'm not sure exactly, probably, I don't know, in order to check some errors and something, but I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it's a kernel crash. So sometimes I see this in Linux. Sometimes when the system give you I don't know, out of memory or something, what the system do is to dump whatever it is, and because it's gonna be freeze, or it's going to reboot the system. So what happened is before it reboots the system, it just dumped
everything that has on the memory itself, and it's just dump it to a file. So when you reboot the system, you can actually go and check what was happening before the system crashed. So this is good for find or troubleshooting issues with your box. And this is something that I was trying to figure it out why they are trying to do with this. I'm not sure. I promise you to investigate a little bit more and see what is exactly this for. But this is something that I have in my to-do list, so don't worry about it. I'll put that a video in case that this is actually relevant to my job. I'm not sure exactly, but it seems just because the name, it seems like kind of BBN or something, tonable. I don't know. Okay, anyway, I just don't want to waste time to try to figure it out on a video, that something that I don't know. NTP, this is for your system needs to synchronize with a server that produces the day and time and everything. So most of the companies, they want to synchronize all the servers to a specific server. So what you can do is this box can synchronize with all these freenas, the freenas boxes that are located outside of your network, and your network can be synchronized with these freenas. It's just an idea. It's not necessarily has to be like this, but it's something that I can give you an idea how to synchronize this thing. But NTP is basically to keep synchronized with another servers that produce time and date and time zone and these things. And support. So support, yeah, obviously if you have an account with IE Systems and they have obviously this version, which is the non-commercial version, and they have the TrueNAS, I guess, which is the commercial version, and you can create from here, just put your username, your password, and create tickets in order to get things solved as quickly as possible. So yeah, so this is good to know that they have here. Oh, in case, actually that's good to mention, in case that something's happening, like right now we see a bug on the what was that, in the accounts, right? And in order to create accounts, we can actually create that and report the bug, the IE Systems website. Move on to services. Obviously we're gonna have here the file transfer in case you're gonna create a FTP, because you need a service that is running in order to transfer all your information. So you can either create a FTP or you can create the other options that are available here. I think the most common option is the FTP, but I don't see the NFS. File sharing. Okay, in file sharing, that's all these things. So this is for Mac. This is very cool. Actually, I have a project on my YouTube channel and creating basically with iSCSI. Maybe people that is watching this video know what is these iSCSIs, but basically what you do with iSCSIs is create a like virtual hard drive or virtual space, I don't know how to call that, and mount it into another machine. So for example, I'll give you an example. My project was to boot it was in that case my project was on a laptop that doesn't have necessarily a hard drive. So the laptop boots, it was giving me a menu on the screen, and which actually giving the option, it was giving me the option to select between different operating systems like FreeBSD. It was giving me CentOS and Ubuntu, like that. So what I did is I came here, and based on the fact that I have space here, so I create different hard drives. I install the operating system in this hard drive, but those hard drives were stored here, and my computer was able to pull the hard drive and use it as it was part of the system. So when you boot the machine, you see the hard drive is there, but it's actually no, it's virtual. Is the hard drive, sorry, is over the network. You just pull the hard drive and it will be part of the system, but the hard drive is not there, it's not physically there, it's here. It's maybe people sometimes confuse between mapping folders or things like that with iSCSI. When you map a folder, and especially in Windows systems, you just go there and drive map, and you just give it the path of the folder, and it will give you an icon that is related to that folder is sharing through the network. Well, with iSCSI, you will see a hard drive. You won't see that the hard drive is part of it. You don't even notice that that hard drive is not part of your system physically. You will see only a hard drive, and that's it. But basically, the owner of that computer, whatever, they don't know that the hard drive is located in another server. So that's the beauty of iSCSI. Obviously, you need in terms of connectivity and all these settings. If you're gonna have a company that like all the computers on your company doesn't have a hard drives, well, you need to build a very strong system with probably fiber optic or something in order to supply all the hard drives to your employees. But anyway, this is just an option. Here I have this NFS. Let me see if I can show you, because all these music and TV shows and things, they are part of my freenas that I have in production. So those drives are not really part of my system here in my Linux. These are NFS mounts that I have over the network. So you can do that with NFS. And Samba obviously is for Windows systems. And we have also the option to have a web app in order to connect and share things over the web. And that's it for services. Console. Console, how it works, because it was working. Yeah. So you have here the console, and then you can perform things on the console. It's very good because the consoles that comes on in the previous version of FreeNAS, they are sucks. They're very small and they are not really helpful in order to work with especially with the containers. But this one is bigger, it's better, it's good to work with that kind of consoles. Just to let you know that in my it's the same console that I have here in VMware, as you can see. So, and it's good to have this console. Task. So yeah, for example, some of the tasks that I do on my system is scrubs. Like it's gonna go all over the information and make sure that everything is correct. They have all you know, when you store information on the hard drive, sometimes it's very difficult for some of the sectors to become corrupt or something. So the scrub, what it actually do is to tile this. It's like the fragmentation, similar to fragmentation in Windows. So you want to do this kind of task periodically on your system, so just to keep everything tight. And another things that you might want to do is probably snapshots. Like if you want to be able to reverse some changes or whatever, sometimes it's good to have snapshots, and you can program these snapshots over this task console. So calendar, and also giving you same thing, so you can visually can see that my system is doing an update check on the hard drives and everything. So it's doing during the night all these updates, but you can basically program everything you have here in the task, and you will see all in the calendar. Peering is good in order to connect to either a VM or either a external system or either a virtual machine, and perform a health check. So you can create a script, and you can just give it the name of the connection, the IP address, the port, the username, password, and perform the script that you want to run on the remote system. You have the same option for Amazon, and obviously you can create for freenas and also for virtual machines. And finally, we have it here in the good part of the virtual machines. I don't think we have now access to create virtual machines, and the reason is because we don't have virtualization. So we are planning to virtualize we plan to create a virtual machine inside of our virtual machine. So we have basically to probably go here. Let's test this. No, it's not giving me the option to power up from here. I guess again because of the beta version. So what we have to do is just go here and just stop it. And once this thing stops, we have to go to settings and check the processors, and I think is the second option. I can't even see exactly what it says, but you have to look for something that says virtualize Intel VT virtualization technology. So I'm just gonna click on this one and save it and run this thing again. So I'm gonna click here, normal boot. One of the things that I noticed is a new version of freenas. Basically, it just leads you what you wanna create, and I'll give you all the options and all the steps in order to create the things. You don't have to have like a strong knowledge in IT or something in order to create I don't know, share folders, or share with your folders into your Mac, or share folders with Windows or Linux or whatever the things you want to do. Is very simple. I think the previous versions of freenas, it was a little bit more well, you have to have a little bit more IT background, but in this case they are doing pretty good job at just creating something that is very easy to use. And that's the whole thing when you try to sell a product that is being success in the market for like probably, I don't know, the last 5-10 years. It's good to have this kind of things on the market. So I'm getting the NAS. Let's see if it's actually responding. Oh, there you go. I'm just gonna give a password again. What is happening? Oh, so it wasn't me. Something is wrong with this. So you have to go and then root and then okay, or maybe you want to just close the browser maybe. So it wasn't me. Oh shit. Okay, so open this thing, root. What? It's gonna take a while until this stupid thing wants to get into this. There you go. Finally, something is wrong with that thing. Anyway, just keep that in mind. What else?
I didn't have it. I created that virtual machine in Windows. I didn't have anything, these kind of issues. Like I said, with the accounts, I was able to get into that one and reset my password and everything. I don't know what is happening here in Linux. But anyway, let's move to VMs. So now you can see that we can create VMs because we just enabled the virtualization technology. So click here, and now it's giving me the option to create virtual machines. So what I'm gonna do is just, I don't know, say CentOS, and then look for the templates. But you can see you have Ubuntu, you have TrueOS, you have here Linux Mint, you have all the freenas, you have FreeBSD, obviously. I think you have OpenSUSE. So all these operating systems are basically are good for virtual. Oh, you have Arch Linux. So anyway, I'm just gonna go to CentOS. That's my favorite operating system, and select my volume. Obviously, all the virtual machine has to be in somewhere. So that's what I create this tank, which is a combination of my 3 hard drives. And yeah, bootloader is group, no problem. It's gonna be a OS device, Linux 64. That's a good thing to have this new version of FreeNAS. Cores, I'm just gonna go for 2 cores. Go for, yeah, 1 gig of RAM is good. Start when the system boots. Device readme is it's gonna give you the credentials. So at the beginning it's gonna be root and CentOS. You can just change it later. Devices, obviously, if you wanna create a different device, but you have your NIC and you have your type of virtualization, you can actually go and just select. I just gonna go for Intel. The mode, I'm going to get an IP from my DHCP server. That's it, I guess. Volumes. In case that you want to add another hard drive to the same virtual machine, it's just like creating a virtual machine in here, right? But it's different GUI. So that's the only thing. And once you basically complete all these things, you just save it, and here on the task it will start pulling all the image, the ISO, whatever, and it will create the virtual machines. The only thing I notice is it takes time to do it. From my Windows started, and it shows the total operation. It was about like an hour and a half, and now look at the time here. So so it takes a while. In the meantime, we can move on the next thing. Here is containers, and basically you can go here and pull image. I don't think they have Docker connecting, or at least not now, because I leave that running for like 20 minutes and I never see anything here. And containers, same thing. So I will go to and create containers, and just go there, and I just keep trying to connect to something. I don't see all the image, and we just can, I don't know, select freenas or sorry, freenas, FreeBSD, and the version of FreeBSD. I'm not sure exactly. Settings. Yeah, I don't think this is ready for this. And you have your wizard finally, so you can just go all these things and start configuring your system. We did one by one, but this is actually the good way to go. Is just as soon as you install your FreeNAS, just pick here the wizard, and the wizard will guide you through all the installation.
So that's it, guys. I hope you guys found this video informative, and I'll see you guys installing your FreeNAS 10. But so far it looks pretty good. It looks pretty ambitious, this project, or whoever is behind this project, and I really love it. I love the way they changed the look and feel. I like black, as you can see on my website, and I very happy to switch from FreeNAS 9.10 to FreeNAS 10. All right, thank you very much. Bye bye.